In this video, we're going to cover timecard management. To view an individual's timecard, click on their first name in the timecard list. This will open up their timecard table. Here you can see their table of shifts. Totals are automatically calculated based on your payroll settings and update instantly if any edits are made to times. On each day with a shift, there will be 4 icons directly to the right of the date. The beacon icon will open location tracking data for the day if the employee is a mobile app user. The letter I icon will display the full audit history for the day. If any changes were made, it will display both the initial value, the current value, and who made the change. If they are a kiosk user, it will also display their punch-in photo for the day. Next is the shift status icon. If the system did not flag anything, this will be a green check mark and its status will be approved. If the system did flag the shift, then the icon will correspond with specific error, the color will be yellow-orange, and the status will be awaited approval. In addition to approved and awaited approval, there are 2 other statuses: invalidated and deleted. Invalidated will leave the times and any associated notes in the timecard table, but the shift will no longer count towards totals. It also will not be visible on exports. The final status is deleted. This will completely delete the shift from the timecard table. It cannot be recovered once deleted. The 4th icon is the comment bubble. If the employee did not leave a correction request, this will be gray. If there is a correction request, then it will be green. Their comment can be viewed by clicking the icon. To add a shift to the timecard table, you can type times directly into the grid. You will need at least a punch-in and punch-out time for a shift to be created. We do allow shorthand, so there is no need to type in 08:00 space AM, for example. Let's assume we have a shift like punch-in 8 AM. Meal start, 11:30 a.m. Meal end, 12 p.m. Punch out, 5:03 p.m. You can simply type 8A, 11:30A, 12P, and 5:03P while using your tab key to move between the cells. Once the punch-out time is entered, one last tab will create the shift. To edit a time, select the entire cell, then type over the existing value with your desired time. Hit Tab or Enter to save. If you need to add an additional shift on the same date, hover your mouse over the row and click the plus icon. This will create a second row for a new entry on the same day. If you need to add a second meal break to a shift, hover over the cell in the corresponding meal end column and click the plus icon. If you need to delete a meal break, click on the pencil icon under the Edit column. This will open the Advanced Editor. Here you will see blocks of time, and the meal break block will have a trash can icon. Click it to delete the meal break. Another reason you may need the Advanced Editor would be if you needed to force a date change. Dates cannot be edited in the grid, but they can be overridden in the Advanced Editor. It's also worth noting that times in Worksana do need to make logical sense, and they cannot overlap. Here is a common example that could trigger an error. An employee punches in, starts a meal break, then fails to end the meal break or punch out for the day. If you attempt to edit the punch-out time first, the system will not let you, because it is not possible for punch-out to happen before a meal ends. You would want to edit the meal end time first, then edit the punch-out time. Now, let's work through the existing errors in some sample data to give you a feel for what it's like to correct timecards in Worksana. I'll return to my timecard overview screen and filter to Show Deviations. The first name in the list, Penny. Her name is highlighted in a dark red color, so we know she has multiple issues. Click on her first name to go to her individual timecard. There is an orange dot next to Tuesday. This lets us know a meal infraction exists. The shift status icon is a question mark and yellow-orange indicating a missing meal. You can either add the meal or click on the ADJ button to insert a meal premium. The ADJ button can also be used to add other times that are paid but not worked, like sick time or PTO. These adjustments will display on a separate row and be totaled independently of work time in the Timecard table and exports. To delete an adjustment, simply click on the ADJ button once more and change the value to 0. Now that we've made the desired change, we can click on the Shift Status icon once more and change its status from Awaited Approval to Approved. On Thursday, there is a light red dot. The Shift Status icon is a check mark and yellow-orange in color. This indicates that the employee left a correction request. I'll click on the green comment icon to view the request. It says, "Forgot to end meal break." This makes sense because her meal end time is the same as her punch-out time. Ideally, Penny would have let us know exactly what time the meal break ended, but we'll assume it was 30 minutes for this exercise. Make the edit, then change the shift status to Approved. Click on the Next button just above the Timecard table at the top right to navigate to the next employee with system errors. We are now viewing Arthur's Timecard. On Tuesday, there is a light red dot and the shift status icon is yellow-orange, again indicating a correction request. The correction reads, "Please change punch in to 8A. We can make the edit, approve, and move on. On Friday, there is a light red dot and the shift status icon is a horizontal dash and yellow-orange. This indicates that Arthur failed to clock out for the day and was forced out by the system. Whenever a force out occurs, we force the employee to leave a correction request the next time they open their app or go to the kiosk to clock in. We can update his clock out time, change the shift status to Approved, and move on. Let's take a look at Finley. On Tuesday, there is an orange dot, and the shift status icon is an hourglass and yellow-orange. This indicates that the meal break started late, according to the rules set up in our payroll settings. Again, we can either edit the times to be compliant if it was a mistake, or use the ADJ button to add a premium if it's a valid meal violation. Then change the shift status to Approved. Now, when you navigate back to your Timecard overview screen, there are no more employees with errors displayed, and you can confidently move on to processing payroll.